It's time for a midweek mini. We are doing a news roundup today here on Wonderland on Points, presented by Yahoo Travel. What is going on in the world of points and miles? We are going to get to a whole list of things. And let's start with some big changes for people who have Capital One cards.
Yeah, so Capital One is doing something a little odd. Not sure why they're doing this, but they are switching issuers from Mastercard to Discover for a lot of their cards. It just seems like an interesting choice to make for cards that are largely used in the travel community, that you'd be switching to an issuer that's just not as globally accepted the way that Mastercard is or Visa is. So they have already started the transition, but some of the major cards that we're going to see getting switched over are the Venture One, the Quicksilver One, the Saver One. The card that is going to escape this swap is the Venture X. Lucky you over there, you get to stay where you are. Your Venture X is a Visa. My Venture is a Mastercard. So you're good over there in Venture X world. You can still use this basically everywhere internationally with no fees, and it is a very good catch-all card. It's a very good Costco card, but this is just an interesting thing that we're keeping our eyes on. I think it's a little strange, to be honest.
Yeah. We actually don't talk a lot about the Venture X being a Visa Infinite card for Costco purposes. So this is a big deal with changing over to Discover for international travelers and all. But if you are considering, we often will weigh the pros and cons of getting a Venture or Venture X card, and there are definitely reasons for both. But if you're a big time Costco shopper, that actually weighs in favor of the Venture X card. So just a little side note to keep that in the front of your mind. Capital One also has a brand new business card.
Yeah, it does. In the Costco lane, really quickly, you can use your Venture, which is currently a MasterCard, at Costco online. You will not be able to do that anymore once it is a Discover. You will not be able to do any Costco shopping whatsoever with that card, which is a shame. The new Venture business is actually very appealing to me because the Venture X business is so far out of reach for what my spend will literally ever be. But the Venture business has a very reasonable spend. Now, technically, it's touted as having a 150,000 point sign-up bonus. For the majority of us with small businesses, we can expect about a 75,000 point sign-up bonus. And most of us have already gotten that if we have a Venture. But I will always take another stash at Capital One miles.
Oh, yes. So for this card, what makes it more attainable for us is that the spend is $7,500 in the first 3 months, and that will give you the initial 75,000 miles. Now, to get that next 75,000 miles, you have to have, it's so out of proportion that it's insane. So they tease you with that 7,500 in the first 3 months. To get the back half of that sign-up bonus, you have to have $30,000 of spend in the first 6 months. So then it becomes Capital One business cards always have these really high spends, which is why we haven't really gotten them. In my mind, yes, they're advertising and they're catching people's eye with the 150,000-mile welcome offer, but realistically, it's more like 75,000-mile welcome offer. Now, I will say one thing that people love about Capital One for business cards is it's very easy to share miles with people. And so if you have employees, you can gift miles to them as part of like a bonus or things like that. So it is an interesting option for business owners that I would certainly look into if I really wanted a strong business option for my personal business. I love it. For a $95 annual fee, it's awesome. Not going to get you into lounges, though.
Nope, it's not a Venture X, guys, it's just a Venture. But it does have the $50 credit for Capital One business travel, up to $50 a year for advertising and software merchants, which for some people with businesses, you might be running some ads. That might actually really benefit you. $50 experience credit in the lifestyle collection, complimentary Hertz 5-star status. And then we've got $120 statement credit for global entry or TSA PreCheck, which, as we've mentioned, you can use to pay for a loved one's TSA or global entry if you've already used a credit on a different card.
And keep in mind, guys, what we love about a lot of business cards, and for sure this one, it's not going to count against your 524 status. And what that means, if you're new to this, 524 is a little bit outdated, but essentially with a bank like Chase, they won't approve you for cards, new cards, if you have 5 or more credit cards on your credit report in the last 24 months, but really that's just personal cards. And business cards like this won't count against that. So it's a really good way to earn some more miles, add a new card to your portfolio without keeping you from then getting other cards, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not just Chase, it's that it doesn't hit your credit the same way. So it doesn't show up on your credit report the same way that it does if you're getting a personal card. I love a business card. I think this is a great option for people. Definitely something to look into and consider.
Guys, we're pausing really quickly to tell you about one of the major ways that we earn enough points every single year for a welcome offer, sign-up bonus, that kind of amount of points without getting a new credit card.
I checked my account this morning for what we're about to tell you about, and in the less than 2 years that I have been using this, I have earned 230,000 points, okay? This is crazy. None of those points required a sign-up bonus.
Yes, you need to turn your everyday online shopping into your next trip. With Rakuten, that is what we're talking about. Rakuten, you earn cash back at thousands of popular stores just for clicking through their app or website before you shop. Now, it is billed as cash back, but for us in the points and miles world, it's points.
You can choose to take your cash back in the form of either American Express membership rewards. You do have to have an Amex card to do this, or Built points. And get this, you can do that with a free Built account.
So this means buying shoes that you were already going to buy or the laptop you needed anyway. We all online shop. You should be getting more for travel, for your next flight, for your hotel stays, through shopping online. It's free to join, super easy to use. As soon as you get the hang of it, you're like, oh my gosh, why was I not doing this before? And a really simple way to stack rewards on top of your credit card points.
Yeah, guys, just today I got 10 times the points for a PetSmart pickup order, and the only difference was me clicking through Rakuten before I placed that order. It's a game changer. If you use our link in the show notes, when you spend your first $50 at any of the thousands of retailers that partner with Rakuten, spend your first $50 and you will get $50 cash back or 5,000 points. You guys, that is enough for a free stay at a hotel.
Yeah, you're going to want to go to the link in our show notes. If you do not already have a Rakuten account, go to the link in our show notes, sign up. Your first $50, you're going to get that $50 right back in the form of points that you can use for travel. So sign up today and we will get back to the episode. Okay, now let's talk about something that's exciting for me. For my trip to Norway this summer, I have finally completely paid for my Airbnb. And I'm going to explain how I did it because I've kind of been slowly chipping away at this by using Fetch and a couple other means to acquire Airbnb gift cards. And I've been through Fetch, I've gotten, I think, $200, more than that, $300 worth of Airbnb gift cards slowly over time. And I went crazy back in November. They had Fetchtopia and I earned an insane amount of points. I was playing games. I was looking strategically on how to get bonus points through my Sam's Club shopping, through a bunch of different huge categories that they had. And sometimes people discount free apps like Fetch, like, oh, it's such a slow climb to, will it amount to anything? Will I get enough points to get anything? And I'm here to say, yeah, you can. It's not like it's going to be a huge welcome offer and you're suddenly going to have, $1,000 worth of value, but you can get these little $50 gift cards and they do add up.
It's worth it. And if you're like me and you're so bad at scanning your receipts, they just keep adding online accounts that you can link. You can
Yeah.
now link Instacart, Target, Walmart, Amazon, Costco, and your Gmail account. So it will scan your emails for receipts. And I have to be honest, this is what I mostly do. I am pretty horrible at remembering to scan my receipts. Sometimes I will sit down and scan a whole pile of them. Sometimes I will go to scan my pile that I've been saving and find out it's past 14 days and it will take none of them. So it requires a little strategy, but even for those of you who are not, you know thyself, and you know that you're not going to be able to scan receipts and actually stay on top of it. Just hook it up to your accounts and every so often log in and just press the electronic scanning. You will find I've earned multiple Airbnb gift cards as well. That's also what I cash mine in for most of the time. And it is a game changer. We do have codes for you guys in the show notes so that you can, get a little one of those referral bumps that you get when you use somebody's code to sign up. And we highly recommend you do this.
I had a great triple stack the other day with Fetch that I didn't even realize I was going to have, to be honest. But because it scans my emails, I went to Liquid IV. I use a lot of Liquid IV, so I go to their website to buy it. That's where I found it's really the most affordable to do Liquid IV purchasing. So I did it through Rakuten. I knew I had a Chase offer. And then after I purchased it, I was in Fetch and it scanned my emails and there was my Liquid IV receipt. And it wasn't one of these receipts that only gave me 25 points. It gave me like 750 Fetch points for Liquid IV because it had a big multiplier. So that was a triple stack. I did Rakuten and got cash back, Chase offer, and Fetch. So it just needs to be part of your toolkit when it comes to rewards. Speaking of offers from credit cards and that being part of your toolkit, not only did I cash in for another Fetch gift cards, the reason that I truly finished paying for my Airbnb, I did decide to pay for some with cash because I had an Amex offer. And the Amex offer that's floating around right now, if you have any Airbnbs coming up this summer, there's an offer. If you spend $250 or more on an Airbnb, you can get either 3,000 Amex membership rewards or $30 cash back. You don't get to choose. You have one offer or the other. My offer was the 3,000 membership rewards points. And so I had about, after all my gift cards, because this is an Airbnb that cost over $700. It's in a very, very prime real estate kind of place in Flom, Norway. So it wasn't cheap. But I had gotten it down to where I had $280 left to pay on it. And there's the Amex offer for $250 or more. So I figured, you know what? In this situation, for the rest of this, I'm going to pay cash. I'm going to get the huge multiplier because now that little bit I paid with cash, I got over a 10x multiplier on it. So it seemed like the right thing to do to take, to use that offer. Whether it's better to have the 3,000 in membership rewards or the $30, you can't choose. So it doesn't matter. Enjoy what you have. Ultimately, as we know in the points and miles world, the 3,000 membership rewards points is really worth more than $30. So I was kind of glad. I was glad that I had that one.
Yeah, I'm going to put a few more links in the show notes for you guys to browse. Another really great app that we like is called Upside. I just recently got a alert from them letting them know that in my lifetime as an Upside member, which is where you get little like cash rebates on gas, on groceries. I've gotten $413. Again, I'm a little bit of a lazy Upsider the way I'm a lazy fetcher. And if even I in the last year or so could earn an extra $14 back, an extra $400 back on things that I'm already paying for, why would you not do that, especially with gas prices as they are right now? Getting some cents back per gallon makes you feel good. So check the show notes, browse through there, see what speaks to you. This has been our midweek mini news roundup for the week, and we are excited to see you guys in all the places online and back here next week.
See you next time, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to plan your next trip.
Remember, we're travelers sharing our experiences, not financial advisors, so always do your own research and make informed decisions.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow so you never miss a Points and Miles tip.
We'll see you next time on Wonderland on Points.